Hello guys, welcome back to day 11 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. Today's prompt is about oracle decks that I want to use more in 2018. First of all, I apologize for my hand, which is very dirty now. I messed around with my ink pad for the printer and unfortunately I got very inky. So my first deck that I definitely want to use more is the Heal Yourself reading cards by Rockpool Publishing. I already made this video once, but the glare was just really bad on the card, so I wanted to make it again for you guys, and I will try to tilt it a little bit backwards so that it would not get glare from the lamp. Today the weather here is very misty and dark, so the natural light would definitely not be enough to do this video. So these cards are for shadow work for certain. There are so many shadow aspects represented in these cards, and I think this deck is wonderful for healing work and to face our own issues and problems. And the guidebook is very good because I would like to show you that, for example, when you have a card and you have a brief description for the card, you also get an action plan, how to actually release something, how to manifest something, what is the best route to take in regard of a matter. So I think it's very good deck for shadow work, and the artwork is quite amazing, even though it has a more computer generated feel than I originally anticipated when I saw these cards online. But I think that would not bother me very much. This is my favorite card depiction. It's just so beautiful. There are many beautiful cards in this deck, but the healing and work that this deck can bring you is what is its strength. So the backs are very nice, beautiful. I will probably have to edge this in this kind of lovely warm brown color. My next deck to be used is again by Rockpool Publishing. It's the Astrology reading cards, which I got in a trade, and I don't know much about astrology, but I definitely want to learn more about it. And these cards help me understand the different houses, the different planets and the different signs, and how they are interconnected, how they work together. And these cards are divided into three sets. There are the zodiac sign cards, the house cards and the planet cards. So it is very interesting, especially if you want to take a good look at your horoscope, to place each card to the right position, to the right house, the planets to the right position, and to see how the signs manifest in the houses. So I think this would be a very good working tool to learn more about astrology, how it is connected to our life. And I love the dark coloring of this deck. I edged this deck in black, and I plan on using this deck together with my Thelema Tarot, which has similar coloring, which is a CGI deck also. This is one of my favorite cards from this deck. This Judgment is just so beautiful. So I thought these colorings would go together perfectly, and this is how I plan to use these decks together. Another oracle deck that I would like to use more is the Native Spirit deck from Denise Linn. I really like the idea, what she represents, and I am interested in this Native American culture and spiritual culture. So I ordered this deck at the end of last year. 3 cards were damaged, so I asked from Hay House for replacement, and they sent the cards, so I was very happy. Now I have a full deck, and I haven't worked with this deck at all because of that, so this is something that I need to work with the upcoming year. Again, the coloring of this oracle I think should suit very well the astrology reading cards and the Sulamith tarot, so this can be a set of 3 for readings. The colors are very vibrant in this deck. Another deck that I plan on using more is, actually there are 2 Alana Fairchild decks. This was the Kuan Oracle, and the other one is the White Kuan Oracle. This deck was my second Oracle deck, and I was captured by the artwork of this deck. However, when I got it and I wanted to read with it, I realized that I have a problem with these non-descriptive keywords on the card, because they just don't bring to mind anything to me. I am not familiar with the Oriental culture that much, and these keywords do not speak to me at all. The artwork is beautiful, but it's quite repetitive, and again, there is not much to go on about each card. They are just very similar to each other. For example, these 2 poses, you can see basically almost everything is the same about this card. Just a few minor details are different. The other deck that I would definitely want to use more is the White Kuan Oracle, again by Alana Fairchild. I must say I'm not that crazy about her writing, especially again here we have these amazing cards with this amazing artwork, but the keywords are just not very helpful. These titles I think would have been really lovely to have in the guidebook as a heading or a title for the descriptions, card descriptions, but I think the cards would have benefited more if we had keywords on them which are more relatable. So this deck is very lovely. The backing is one of the most beautiful backs that I've ever seen. I tried to capture that very vibrant, lovely red on the red that I used for edging for this deck. And finally, what I would like to use more is I have actually 3 sets of cards from Sulamith Wülfing, and she painted these amazing pictures depicting angels and fairies and people. It has an out of this world feeling, and this deck is captivating. It is how shall I explain? Unfortunately, these cards are very small, and this deck is similar to the Shadowscapes in regard that there are so many details that would be much nicer if the cards were bigger and we could see the details better. My problem with this deck is that it is not a real oracle deck, in that it doesn't have a guidebook to go with it, and it doesn't have divinatory meanings assigned to it. These cards just have a short quote on the back. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was truly meant to be. Some quotes are easier to be applied than the others. These 2 decks can be combined together because they are the same size, I have a third deck which is a larger format. One of the decks is in English, the Lover's Oracle is in English, but the Angel's Oracle I was only able to find in Italian. It's actually an Italian and French combination. I translated just the main keyword for the deck and I wrote it up on there, but I think I might even reback this deck and just write some kind of a guidebook and associations with these cards. I think this deck would be very good for creative writing, for meditations definitely, and maybe healing work when someone needs a gentle energy to work with. But this, as I said, doesn't have a guidebook, so you would not get much help from there. All you have are the images, and this deck is very melancholic. This might be a good companion for my huge tarot, I think, because it has the same melancholic feel. There is a feeling of solitude in these cards, and maybe that's something that we need to work with. In today's society, solitude is very underrated, so this deck might be a good deck for that kind of work. These were my oracle decks that I would like to work with more in 2018. And thank you very much for watching and coming on this journey with me. We are almost halfway through the challenge for Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot. And I will be back tomorrow with how I started tarot and why I am sticking with it. See you next time. Bye bye.